Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jay Morians. Welcome to Media Information Literacy, Chapter 5, entitled Constructing Audiences. All right, so this would be the second to the last recording that I will be making for the first semester, and this is also part for your examination. And so, before we start with the discussion proper, let us first read the what we call this the objectives for today's discussion. Okay, now we have five objectives that at the end of the lesson you students are expected to: a define and elaborate concept of an audience. Second, identify, explain, and evaluate the various theories of audience reception. C. Map the various theories of audience reception in a continuum. D. Cite an everyday examples to show both the strength and the weaknesses of each of the audience theories. And the last one would be identify several methods of audience research. Okay, let's proceed to the topic now without ado. The notion of audience. What is an audience? Okay, an audience is a particular group or which a product such as film or advertisement is aimed and paying attention to a media performing before them, referring to a group of people imagined by the communicator in the creation or dissemination of text. Audience example is you, no? You are my audience. I am the communicator. I am imagining that you are watching this uh, with the purpose of learning. Okay, so you are the audience. Okay, so I assume no that you are watching right now for the purpose of learning. Now, an audience as well may be a group of people exposed to media. Some audience, such as those for sports event or concert, are physically present at the media event. Dynasty 2009, page 30. No, there are also audience class na just like watching a concert. No, nandun talaga kayo physically. No, you are there in an event. For example, watching basketball, you are there. Okay, importance of audience. This is important because without audience there would be no media. No audience, no profit. Media is becoming more competitive in order to attract more audiences in different ways and stay profitable. Okay, so lamang naman, no? Kaya nga napapansin ninyo nung humina yung showtime, palipat-lipat sila ng what we call time slot. It's because people are no longer inclined to watching showtime. That also affects their uh, income, no? Because the more audience a certain program is, the profitable it would become. Kaya nga na-notice ninyo pag maraming nanonood, maraming advertisement, it's because dyan papasok yung mga sponsors, no? And then since papasok sila doon, i-advertisement, kaya profitable yung isang media material. Now, there are actually different um, types of interaction, no, of different media and different audiences, sometimes due to the level of activity and engagement with the media and information text, no. Yung mga tao, they tend to choose that kind of material because they like it in the level of activity and engagement, no. And malalaman ng isang management of a certain media context na mataas yung profit nila because of the level of engagement activity, level of interaction with fellow audience, location and space occupied, amount of time devoted to watching or viewing, accessibility and proximity. Example, no, noon time show and domestic setting. That's an example. We tend to watch noontime show because nasa sa ah, kalagitnaan ng ah, morning work and afternoon work. Nasa sa kalagitnaan, ibig sabihin noon. 12 noon siya. That's free time. And people would tend to watch that show because that's a free time. When we talk about domestic setting as well, kung saan, no? Kung anong show bang gusto natin? Is it domestic, no? Sometimes we watch domestic. For example, Showtime or Eat Bulaga. That's the kind of setting that we love watching. And when talk about cinema, no? Punta ka talaga sa sinihan, no? But now, who are watching, what do you call of that? What video was that, my friend? What was the title of the new movie release? Uh, Hello, love again. No, who amongst you here? No, comment down below. Who amongst you here um, have watched that new movie? No, starring of who was that? Nadine. It was not Nadine. It was Catherine Bernardo and Alden Richard. Okay, so who among you watched that, and who among you here cried? Comment down below. No, so that's an example of the differentiation and of media and audiences. Now, we also have the typology of audiences. Now, according to Nightingale, quoted by Macwale, 2000, page 233. No, the people assembled, paying attention to the media performing before them. No, example, sports, nandun kayo. Ah, aside from sports, yung noontime show na nandun mismo kayo sa program, that's people assembled. While people address, referring to the group of people who were imagined by the communicator in the creation and dissemination of text. This is the people address. I am addressing you as my students and me as an educator, communicating to make you understand the context. Happening could be the experience of the reception alone and with others as the interactive like event likely streaming in the internet or global event, no, just like making a live, no, we we could communicate. If I am making a live, no, video, you could you could interact with me on time and I could respond to you on time. While hearing or audition, a participatory audience experience a high degree of engagement, likely a noontime show broadcasted live and the audience participant is embedded in the show. No? Nandun ka talaga sa show mo. So that's hearing and audition. No? But ano bang pinagkaiba? No? What's the difference between the people assembled, the hearing or the hearing of audience class, no? Ang pinagkaiba lang naman nila is that yung 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 hearing is that or audition, yun yung nandun kayo sa physical. While the people assemble, nandun kayo pero the very focus is the the grouping of people in a certain show. Okay, so yun yan class. Next, we have the mass marketing. Now let's proceed to the mass marketing. What is mass audience? No, simple. Mass audience is having it not just one but two but multiple. Okay, huge number of people who constitute the audiences of popular or mass culture is the very large group of people who watch the most popular television programs such as soap operas and sitcoms, or tune into national radio station to listen to their favorite breakfast show. The numbers are measured in the millions. So, when we talk about mass audience, marami talaga. Hindi siya dalawa, tatlo, okay? Kundi mm, pangmaramihan. Two main schools of thoughts, or two main school of thoughts about audiences. The assertion that media information messages emanate from powerful structure and audience are passive reception. Ibig sabihin, ito yung sinasabi na once there is a media context and there is a text, audience will passively accept, okay, receive the information. While the other one believes that the access of power access power of because the creation or the generate their own meaning from the media information or text. Ibig sabihin, yung yung text or media text ay you will not immediately accept it, but however, you will interpret it in accordance to your understanding, and you will perceive it based on your understanding and interpretation. Okay? So you create your own meaning while the other one accept the definition and meaning from the media. Next, let's have the audience segmentation. When we talk about audience segmentation, pag-identify ng bawat audiences. We have social demographic, geographic, behavioral, and psychological. We'll talk about social demographic, background mo yan, okay? Sex, age, etc. Geographic, it's all about the place, the urban, the region, the district, the community, even the country, okay? The origin. We also have behavioral, how you uh, perceive certain text, no? Relevant behavior, stage channel, no? Your frequency of using certain or watching certain movies, the duration and non-behave of behavior. The psychographic, it's actually the benefits sought, the values, the activities, the interests. Okay, and later we will deal with them. Okay, next, let's focus on the demographic factors in audience construction. The age, no? Bakit importante ang age in understanding the audience? Because hindi po pwede na ako, for example, ako, gagawa ako ng isang media material and then ibibigay ko. For example, ito, I am discussing media information literacy and ibibigay ko sa toddler. It doesn't fit, okay? It won't fit them because they don't need this. In the context of gratification, they won't enjoy this because this is for you. Okay, grade 11 students, kung ibibigay ko rin ito sa mga matatanda ng pa-retire na, no? Wala na, they won't enjoy this because they don't need learning anymore, no? Yung mga matanda na talaga, yung parang nakahiga na lang or wala na ginagawa sa buhay, they don't need this, no? All they need to do is to rest, all they need to do is to reflect, no? So age, understanding the age or bracketing the age is also significant in the creation of media. Okay, so next is the gender and ethnicity. Gender and ethnicity significantly influence the values and preference and media consumption. Tailor content to resonate with specific group. For example, if I will create this media information, if media information literacy topic leaning towards male, no, you female students would see yourself inferior among us all in the learner. And also, that is why we always touch somehow uh, ethnic group, because educational context is actually encouraging inclusivity. Big sabihin, isasali lahat ng mga kahit anong ethnic group. That is why sometimes we use them as an example so that they would feel communicated, they would feel um, ang tawag na, being part of the discussion. Okay? So if you are going to create a context or a media text, you must consider gender and ethnicity. Also the location and income. Okay, di ba? So if your target audience are poor, di ba, you will not offer that to the rich. Okay? But if your target audience are rich people, you will not offer your media text to the poor. For example, no? Wealthy people thinks money. No? Nag-iisip talaga sila ng pera, ng kayamanan, negosyo. Nag-iisip talaga sila ng nag-iisip talaga sila ng nag-iisip talaga sila ng mga materials kung saan sila magkakaroon ng pera, okay? That's how they do it, okay? And they would think always about investment, okay? They think so rich, no? While poor people, no, whether you like it or not, they think that they are poor, and so what they usually think is that naiinggit na lang sila sa mayayaman. They were talking about the rich while the rich are talking about businesses. So if you are going to be a media creator, you would understand the location and the income background of your audience. Okay? So that's important, class. Demographic factors is important in the construction of media material. Psych, Psychographic factors in audience construction. Values. Understanding the core values of your target audience. What's important to them? Align your message with the values to greater resonance. No? Sabi ko nga, you understand them. If you don't understand them, then your media material is a failure. Lifestyle, consider how your target audience spend their time and money. So if you understand that this certain audience is doing this, then you hit them with their interest, no? With their lifestyle, personality, and attitude, and so on and so forth. The role of media construct in audience and construction. First, we have selection. Individuals select based on their interests, habits, and accessibility. Of course, naman, no, we 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 tend to watch a certain media outlet, no, based on our interests and habits. No, ako, I really love to watch Geographic Channel, um, Animal Geographic Channel, Animal Planets, and documentaries, no, political, what we call of this, political documentaries, and also I love watching animes as well. No, so I watch them because that's my interest and that's my habits. Okay, exposure. How do I repeatedly watch them? Well, quite often. No, so that's my exposure. Engagement, audience engagement with media signifies interest and create opportunities. I comment. No, once you like, you share, you commented. That's your engagement. Next, the five benefits of audience segmentation. Now, once you're able to to make an audience segmentation, ito yung mga benefits. Less negative feedback. Of course, pag you professionally identify your audience, there might be less negative feedback. Increased rates of response, decreased marketing expenditures, decreased long-term cost, and the last one is the higher rates of conversion. Good. It's understandable. Okay. Next, according to Toro 2014, audience segmentation is the direct result of channel fragmentation, a phenomenon that started ahead before the web. Okay. Media institution is run by executives who chart the strategies and tactics of attracting potential audience. No? Sila itong mga taong so back office ito na before they disseminate the media text and material, executive must think through, must segregate, must discriminately check the material before reaching the potential audience. Target audience, specific group of people um, identified and aggregated from the selected population segments who are intended users. Okay, now let's proceed to how audiences are constructed. Sean Moore's 1993. The audience is not homogeneous category, and it is best to see it at its plurality as audiences. When we talk about homogeneous, it says it not homogeneous category. Ibig sabihin heterogeneous. Ibig sabihin iba-iba. No, it's not under singularity but plurality. Ibig sabihin diverse. No, audience is a diverse in nature, so you must think through. Rowway 1988, the word audience has indeed evolved from face-to-face interaction in one shared physical space to include now consumers in electronic media information. Now we also have what we call uh, audience in a media context. So just like this, no, we are no longer listening to me face to face. No, I am making a recording to make you understand the context. Okay, and you are as well an audience. No, from face to face down to electronic interaction. No, next we have the attribute of the gender ethnicity. We already discussed this just a while back. No, now, I'll just have go through with this. Now, we have gender, ethnicity, age, race, region, or nationality, socio-economic group, largely derived, no, their psychographic interpretation largely derived from the concept of demographic, but is focused on psychological traits, often utilized to provide more substance to the profile of potential media audience and the audience demographic created by the different the differences of consumers implies that a segment of population shares some common characteristics that will make them gravitate toward the patronize a media or information text that has now been marketed as a product. No? Now let's proceed to the four C's or the cross-cultural consumer characterization. No? Ito kayo or nandito kayo, nandito ako, nandito yung mga tao na nagko-consume ng media information. Okay? First, we have the inspirer. They are those materialistic, acquisitive in nature. We say acquisitive, may mga katanungan dr- who are driven, no, who are driven by others' perception of them rather than by their own values, no. Ito yung mga tao na ang gusto nila, they will be defined by other people in a in a positive way rather than defining themselves in their own way, no. As a result, they respond to what other perceived as being superficial, no. Somehow ito yung mga taong masya-shallow, no. So sometimes there are those people who are very not we call pleasing people, but there are people, these are people no na, or these are audience na they want others to please them, no, and they want others, they want them to be pleased by others as well, no. So yun, the reformer, they are socially aware and pride themselves on tolerance, seek out authentic and harmonious and often leading edge of society, no. These are the type of audience also class no na um, or people na they want to create something, no, in the society, and they're very proud on standing on their ground, no, na this is my belief, this is my character, I will stand with this, no, because they are a reformer, they want to use their own perception to the world to be accepted, no. The explorer, these people are driven by the need of discovery, frontiers and new beginning. Their core motivation is discovery. Yung mga tao just like, they discovery channel, no. They keep on watching that kind of segment because they are explorer in nature, no. The mainstream, these are people who live in the world of domestic and everyday. Their life choice are we rather than me, no, mainstream, no. These are people no na malayo man pero nanonood pa rin, they still consume a certain information, and most likely nandyan yan sa electronic world, no. Look at the people nowadays, no, that that they usually created information as if this is what the public is saying. Pag magko-comment sila, they tend to state in a position as if people or the majority are backing them up, no, because they are afraid. Mainstream people are afraid of comments, uh direct comments. They use we as if, no, again, the majority are backing them up. That's mainstream. That's what is going on. That is actually what is going on today, no. The succeeder, they possess self-confidence and have strong goal orientation and tend to be very organized. The struggler, no, strugglers live for today and make few plans for tomorrow. Others see them as victims, losers, and wasters. Ito yung mga passive recipient of the media text, no, the struggler. And we have the resigned, no, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, the predominant older people with constant and changing values built over time, no. These are the four C's, the characterization of audiences as well, no, in the context of cultural consumer. Next, lesson two, the audience theories. No, audience theories are explore how people consume and interact with media, shedding light on the complex relationship between media and its effect on individuals and society. The first theory that we're going to discuss is the hypodermic needle theory. When we talk about hypodermic, this is the media, this is the text directly injected to you, and you passively accept it. Passive, no? Whatever the media text is injected to you, immediately you will just accept them. That is what we call hypodermic needle theory. Okay? It is an outdated assumption and it has a limitation in the context of interaction. Next theory is the two-step flow theory. This requires opinion leaders. It has a interpersonal influence character, meaning, for example, this is the media. Okay, this is the media. Now, since this is the media, the context is blue. What is blue? The first opinion leader, this one, says the blue is sad. All the people following this leader would also believe or tend to accept that blue is sad. But when we say this one, when he interprets blue as lovely, the people following this leader would also perceive blue as lovely. This theory suggests that media messages are first absorbed by opinion leaders who then pass them on their social connections. Okay? So that's opinion leaders. The mass audience will tend to get the information based on their opinion leaders. Okay? Next, we have the uses and gratification theory. Uses of gratification, the active audience. Uses gratification approach sees the audience as active, purposeful consumers of media rather than passive recipient. Dito tayo usually, no? Most of the time, dito talaga tayo nabibelong na theory, the uses and gratification, needs and motivation, okay, individual differences. This argues that the audience access media with their needs and desire, which in turn structured by way media is received. For example, there are four kinds of gratification under information, personal identity, integration and social interaction, and entertainment. Comment down below which one are you. Now, information. Human beings are naturally curious and we want to satisfy our curiosity. We want to learn. That is why I always watch documentaries and National Geographic because I want information. Personal identity, we allow the values extolled by media, celebrities, and find ways to emulating them, no, kagaya ng mga ng inyong generation now, no, you tend to follow certain people, and when you follow them, as the old say, you are what you behold, no. Yan kayo kung sino yung tinitingnan ninyo at tinitingala ninyo. Minsan yung hairstyle, pananalita, yung clothing style ninyo, the way you carry yourself is being influenced. It was just the product or of the people you are following or you are beholding. So that's people identity. Integration and social interaction. We turn to the media for information so we can integrate and interact with social groups. Ito yung minsan yung yung mga researchers, no. This is what we want, no. This is what we usually do every time there is a need for us to do a reflection. There is a need for us to do a certain comment, no. We learn them, we study them, we we identify the information so that we could respond, no, if there is a need to. That's integration and social interaction. While entertainment, on the other hand, this is okay most of the time the very purpose of media nowadays, no. Entertainment. Yan kayo, TikTok, no? Ginagamit niyo yung TikTok hindi lang sa impormasyon, but for you to entertain, no? Nanonood kayo ng chismis, nanonood kayo ng away, nanonood kayo ng mga ng mga sayawan, no? And then fina-follow niyo yung sayaw, yung mga step ng sayaw, and then nire-record niyo. No? There is a certain chain that you wish to follow so that you will be part of the personal identity. Then that's part, no? That's entertainment since that is part of the gratification. Now, if you are if if you are part of this kind of gratification, please identify what kind are you. Comment down below. Okay. Next, we have the gatekeeping theory. When we talk about gatekeeping theory class, let me discuss this in a simplest form. For example, multiple sources. Merong information na multiple sources, no? And yung multiple sources, yung sources, dadaan yan to yung gatekeepers. Dadaan yan sa gatekeepers. Yung gatekeepers, ito yung editors, journalists, producers, social media, moderators, algorithm, and designer. Ilan yan? 2, 4, 6, 6 yan. Isesegregate nila if you filter, they discriminately check the multiple sources, the information, at yung lalabas lang ay hindi lahat. Okay? 6 yung impormasyon, 3 lang yung lalabas at pupunta sa audience. That's gatekeeping. They will only release the information, no, that they wish the audience to get, no? Kung ano lang yung gusto nila, yun din yung may papalabas nila. That's gatekeeping. Gatekeeping theory, uh, information circulation, examines how media professional institution control the flow of information by selecting and filtering what is deemed newsworthy and appropriate. Power dynamics, this theory highlights the influential role of gatekeepers in shaping public discourse and potential for bias and um, agent agenda setting in the media, no? Ito yun, no? Sometimes, no, kung ano yung ah, anong gustong concept na i-inflict ng media sa iyo, yan lang yung i-inflict talaga din nila. Hindi nila hahaluan ng iba na maaring ma-forfeit yung pag-inflict ng certain information. Audience empowerment, the rise of digital media has challenged traditional gatekeeping models, empowering the audience to seek and share information more directly. Okay, let's proceed to cultural effects and theory. Social influence. Cultural effects theory examines how media shapes and reflects the values, beliefs, and norms of particular cultural, societal, or social context. No? It's understandable. Long-term impact. This theory suggests that media can gradually influence audience members' perception, attitudes, and behaviors over extended period of time. Of course, there is really a long-term impact if you keep watching, for example, BTS. No, keep following them, keep on following. The way you live, the way you talk, the way you think. No, it's influenced by the people you behold. No, that's a long-term impact. No, representation matters. No, cultural effects theory highlights the importance of diverse and accurate media representation. If you are going to to somehow um, reflect a certain uh, culture, you must accurately represent them. No, because misrepresentation is actually a product of poor research, no, on the end of media creator. That is why before releasing, you still remember the media construction. Before the audience is being released, there is what we call construction and mediation, no? Talagang pinagtutuunan ng pansin, there is a research before it reaches the audience. Cultural effects theories examines how media transmit dominant ideologies and influence how individuals now think. 1976, George Gerbner argued that television cultivated its viewer a way of sensing and seeing the world. It's true, no? Not just television, but also the the electronic world, or the internet nowadays, no, the web nowadays, no, it is creating a different definition of the world, no. Cultivation theory regards the role of television in shaping the viewer's perception, beliefs, attitude, and values. Builds on the relationship between the amount of time spent watching television and the behavior cultivated by such practice. No? Sabi naman dito sa cultivation theory, no? Yung pagnonood mo ng TV, hindi man talaga makaka-influence, pero makaka-influence lang siya, hindi siya makaka-influence kung hindi ka naman always nanonood. But if you are spending much time watching such television program, then a certain character will be cultivated on you basing of what the TV or the television is producing. Okay? Next, the spiral of silence theory. Ito yung mga tao class, no. Let's discuss it in in a simplest form. There is a notion in the media and you are belong to the minority. The majority says it's true. A certain notion, sabi niya, that's true. But you said that's not true. Now you are afraid to comment, to go against a certain information because you are afraid of the majority. Then your information will go to the spiral of silence theory. You don't have the willingness to speak out. However, no, for example, ito ka, the fear of isolation pulls us downwards on spiral. Popular opinion, willingness to speak out, no? Now, let's read the definition. The spiral of silence here suggests that people are less likely to express their opinion if they're perceived to be the minority of fearing social isolated, no. Kaya yung mga tao na kahit mali yung informasyon nila, kahit wala sila sa tamang pundasyon, kahit pa hindi naman accurate yung information na they voiced out, no, their opinion because they don't want their information to be socially isolated and they don't want to become the member of the minority. That's the spiral of silence theory, no. They have the fear of isolation pulls them downward on the spiral, no. So this theory in the self censorship explains how perception of the public opinion can lead to a spiral silence where people suppress their views, reinforcing the dominant narrative. No? So, ayaw ko na lang mag-comment, baka mali ako or tama man ako, baka kakalabanin ako. So because of that, nagke-create ang spiral of silence here. Kaya naman, most of the time, those people who are in a minority are actually more accurate rather than those who are in majority because that doesn't mean majority of the people says this thing automatically that's correct, okay. So influence of media, the spiral of silence can also shape the media coverage as media outlets may avoid reporting minority opinions to maintain social harmony, no? So ito yung titignan ninyo, no? The fear, no? So ayaw ko na lang magsalita. So from the willingness down to remaining silent, no? Person na popular opinion, no? So from willingness to unpopular opinion to remaining silent, no? Ayaw ko na lang magsalita kasi natatakot ako. Though tama yung sayo, but because you are afraid, no? Mabebelong ka sa minority who are under the silence theory. Sayang kung tama, no? But if you are correct, do not be afraid, no? You speak up, you voice out your opinion, or not just your opinion, but if you're understanding and if you base that on research, then if this is accurate, then speak it, no? Speak aloud so that you will be heard, no? Do not be afraid of the criticism of the public because as long as um you're anchored on the the evidences, no, or you anchored your statement with evidences, then you have nothing to fear, no. But do not be like those people who are willing to speak, who wish to be wish to belong in the majority, no, wish to belong in the majority who are really who love speaking their opinion yet inaccurate, no. So do not be like that as well. Okay, next we have the encoding and decoding model. Encoding, the encoding process involves the media procedures creation, no, and the transmission of message infused with their own cultural context and perceptives, no. Encoding, no, ginagawa, no, the process of creating the message, and decoding is the process of understanding the message. Negotiation is actually the encoding and decoding model emphasize active role of audience in negotiating the meaning of the media text messages based on their own cultural and social context. Ito na yung mga proseso, no, na the process, no, that you encode, you decode, you understand, and you try to be on uh you try to be, you try to stay on the middle part of the conversation so that you would be understanding one another. Okay, so that's what we call the negotiation, no. Next, we have the reception and resistance. Now, 1980, David Morley, deriving much from Stuart Hall, Morley articulated three models of reading media text on television. For example, oranges are great. Not everyone would accept that. Not everyone would automatically reject that. Okay. And also others would immediately accept that. When we talk about dominant reading, no, when we talk about oranges are great, ito yung mga tao na kung ano yung sinasabi ng text, immediately tatanggapin nila. When we talk about negotiated reading, ito naman yung mga tao na tatanggapin nila but they would slightly interpret it uh, for their own consumption, then para maibibigay nila yung opinion nila sa iba. Okay? So they will create a negotiation, while oppositional reading is that sila talaga yung magsasabi na no, oranges are not great. So oppositional reading. Oppositional reading. Next is the audience research. We have survey, rating analysis, observation, and focus group discussion. Yung mga survey, yung mga part ng demographic, geographic, no, mga survey, how many times you watch a certain video, ratings, yung mga bar, no, o sa isang segment o sa show, ilang tao ba ang nanood compare sa kabilang channel, rating, no, observation, no, how often do people watch this certain advertisement or uh this channel today, no, than yesterday, no. Focus group discussion, ito na yung mga interview, no, conducted with small group of 6 to 10 people led through by a skilled facilitator, no. May mga group discussion na nangyayari. Now, before we end the discussion class, I would like to leave you with a statement, no, according to John C. Maxwell class. Understanding people certainly impact your ability to communicate with others. No, communication is not a one-way process. Communication is a two-way process. You communicate not just for you to be understood, but for you as well to understand. That is why once you understand people, you become a great communicator as well. Thank you so much, class. That the ends of our discussion, and hope that you will study our lesson. Okay. Hope that you will prepare for your examination because the exam is fast approaching. Okay. So that's all for today. Thank you so much. And next meeting, we will have a quiz for this discussion. Bye for now. Thank you so much.